It has been a tradition that we meet at the global stage in the United Nations in New York on the topic that deserves our highest attention. It's education. Croatia, as one of champion countries, remains fully committed to our common cause. I stand before you today not only as a president of Croatia, but also being for many years professor of law at the University of Zagreb, as a teacher, as an educator. But I have to claim that not only education is important. Parallelly, we must help, we must be engaged in bringing up our kids. It's parallel process because they do not need only knowledge, they need values. They need honest respect to those who are different than we are, to respect human rights and dignity of every person. Education must be provided for all. That is something that we take care about in Croatia. We have obligatory basic education and free education almost for everyone in our country. What can be more important than quality of education for every child and young person? Today, all over the world, despite the considerable efforts over the past 15 years, 58 million children aged 6 to 11 and 63 million adolescents are still out of school, and most of them are girls. At least 250 million kids do not have basic school competences, cannot read, write, and do basic mathematics. We must change this. We must provide everyone with opportunity to reach its full potential. It's our duty to turn the importance of education from the punchline to the reality on the ground in all corners of the world. Because with quality education goes better life, goes life with dignity. Ladies and gentlemen, through development of education, we are contributing to our global development. Through investment in human capital by means of educated, self-confident, tolerant, and open-minded individuals, we are strengthening the social fabric of every society and finally of the whole world. Quality education has an important transformative role for building a more just, prosperous, and sustainable world. That is why quality education available to all has to be continuously high on the list of our priorities. I expect that education will continue to find its appropriate place in the upcoming process of establishing the new Sustainable Development Goals. As a representative of my country, I will present just a few examples of some educational achievements of Croatia. I will tickle only the youngest, since it's where the education starts. One of the most important elements of education in kindergartens and schools in Croatia, which I'm especially proud of, is social sensibility and solidarity. It means that every child, regardless of his or her ethnic or social background, must be treated equally and receive the same support needed for his or her personal growth and development. This general principle translates to practice through efforts of teachers and school staff to assist and help every kid. The special attention is given to inclusivity and support to the children with development difficulties, as well as the children from marginalized groups. This approach has been especially valuable through war and post-war years in our recent past, in particular towards refugee children and kids without parents. But it merits today too. Together with family support, the school environment has a strong effect on developing attitudes and behavior. It affects the way a child understands and accepts him or her, as well as the world around. School bonding attachment to teachers represent an important element of quality of our educational system. The competitiveness is more and more present in the educational system. The orientation on academic achievements, better test scores, and preparations for the competitive labor market often leads to certain dehumanization and missed educational goals. In the world where we are faced with intolerance, and violence take up more and more media time, nurturing sensitivity to others' needs of most importance. It's important to support the holistic development and realization of personal potential of every child. Efforts are made to develop empathy and authentic and honest communication. And we try to maintain this approach consistently. I point to just few main approaches that we are applying in the process of education in Croatia, bearing in mind the main principle that education should be provided to every kid in the country. Having that in mind, and all those practices that we have heard here today, I would like to emphasize again, we must provide innovative approaches, best practice and success stories to stimulate other countries applying them. But we also have to be open to apply programs and approaches that we will also take into account specific needs of countries and regions in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm assured that quality education is a decisive condition of better future for every child and youth. We should never forget it. It's our responsibility not to leave any kid behind, because there are, as I have already said, our responsibility as leaders and our future. Thank you very much.
Thank you.